Good morning to all students. So today we will discuss about endocrinology. So our topic is Introduction to Endocrinology. So let's begin with our topic endocrinology. Now what is endocrinology? It is endocrine plus ology, a branch of biology and medicine dealing with the endocrine system and its specific secretions known as hormones. So here is a definition of endocrinology. Endocrine plus ology. ये क्या है? It's a branch of biology which is dealing with the medicine, endocrine system and its specific secretions जिनको हम बोलते हैं hormones. The endocrine system is made up of glands that produces and secrete hormones. Now our endocrine system is made up of glands which produces and secrete the hormones, chemical substances which are produced in the body that regulate the activity of the cells and the organs. So basically, endocrine system is made up of glands that produces and secretes hormones, chemical substances that are produced in the body that regulate the activity of the cells and the organs. Now these hormones regulate the growth of the body, metabolism, physical chemical process of the body and sexual development and function. अब इन hormones का function क्या है? They regulate the growth of body, metabolism and sexual development and function. The hormones are released into the bloodstream and affect one or several organs throughout the body. ये hormones क्या करते हैं? पहले तो उनका function होता है, they regulate the growth of body, metabolism, sexual development and function, and then they are released into the bloodstream, into the blood, and affect one or several organs throughout the body. Hormones are the chemical messengers created by the body. Now what are hormones? They are the chemical messengers which are created by the body. They transfer information from one set of cells to another for coordinating the functions of different parts of the body. Now what are hormones? They are the chemical messengers and they transfer information from one set of cells to another to coordinate the function of different parts of the body. The major glands of the endocrine system are hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, pineal body and the ovaries and testes. They are the reproductive organs. तो main glands कौन-कौन से हो गए endocrine system के? Hypothalamus, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenals, pineal body and the ovaries and testes. The pancreas is also a part of this system. It has a role in hormone production as well as in digestion. If endocrine system is not healthy, one might have problems developing during puberty, getting pregnant or managing the stress. अगर endocrine system healthy नहीं है, कुछ problem है उसके अंदर, कुछ disorder है, तो one individual may have problems during puberty, getting pregnant or managing the stress. One also might gain weight easily, have weak bones, lack of energy, because too much sugar stays in the blood instead of moving into the cells. Now gland. What is gland? Basically, gland is a structure which produces something. Gland is a structure which produces something. And gland is of two types, endocrine gland and the exocrine gland. Now, there's an important distinction exists between the endocrine gland and the exocrine gland. हमने बात करी what is gland? Gland is a structure that produces something. दो types के होते हैं gland, endocrine gland and the exocrine gland. जो endocrine gland होते हैं वो होते हैं ductless gland. Endocrine glands are the ductless gland and exocrine gland they have ducts. So exocrine gland they secrete substance into the ductal system to an epithelial surface. Exocrine gland क्या करते हैं? They secrete substance into the ductal system, into the duct, to the epithelial surface. And endocrine gland they secrete product directly into the bloodstream because they are the ductless glands. Now focus on this diagram. This is the diagram of the sweat gland, exocrine gland. Now we are discussing first about the exocrine gland, which are the glands having ducts. So here is the स्वेट ग्लैंड. अब स्वेट ग्लैंड में क्या होता है? द स्वेट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड एट द बॉटम ऑफ द ग्लैंड. हियर sweat is produced at the bottom of the gland, goes up to the duct where it has to be, goes up. So basically sweat gland में क्या होता है? Sweat is produced at the bottom of the gland and then goes upwards towards the duct. So basically exocrine glands, they export substances from the glands via duct. Exocrine gland क्या करते हैं? ये export करते हैं products को, substances को from the gland via duct के through. So in the sweat glands, sweat is produced at the bottom of the gland and then it goes upwards. It's a coil shaped tube. It's a coil shaped tube. और जो sweat glands होते हैं वो भी तीन तरह के होते हैं, एसिरीन ग्लैंड्स, एपोक्रीन एंड एपोसिरीन. स्वेट ग्लैंड्स भी तीन तरह के होते हैं, एक्रीन, एपोसिरीन एंड एपोसिरीन. Then the sweat glands, they are mostly present in the palms and the soles of the feet. Then mammary glands, sebaceous glands, mucus. So now you think of the salivary glands. अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स की, हम उसके एग्जांपल्स की बात कर रहे हैं, उसके टाइप्स की बात कर रहे हैं. सो एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड में क्या होता है? दे हैव डक्ट्स. तो हमने बात की स्वेट ग्लैंड की. ये जो डायग्राम है ये है स्वेट ग्लैंड का, where it's a coil shaped tube and the sweat is produced at the bottom of the gland and then it goes upwards. Then mammary glands, sebaceous glands, mucous glands. Now you must think about the salivary glands. What they do? Salivary glands, they produce saliva. Then you have saliva which taking back to the mouth. Now you have salivary ducts. What they do? Salivary ducts, they take saliva back into the mouth. Hence, exocrine glands, they export substances, materials from the gland via duct. So they are called exporters. They export it. But our main topic is on endocrine gland. So we will be focusing on the endocrine glands. ये हमने general introduction पढ़ा था. What are exocrine gland and what are the endocrine glands? So exocrine gland, they are the ductal glands. So our main topic is endocrine gland, endocrinology. So we will focus on the endocrine gland. Now, endocrine gland, a gland that secretes a substance, a hormone into the blood stream. Olden times में हम इनको बोलते थे ductless glands, but now they are called endocrine glands. Having no ducts, the product which is made in the gland, but it is not exported via duct. यही मेजर डिफरेंस है एंडोक्राइन और एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड में. तो एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड में क्या होता है? प्रोडक्ट बनता तो है ग्लैंड के अंदर, बट इट इज नॉट एक्सपोर्टेड वाया डक्ट. Endocrine glands are the glands of internal secretion. The major glands of the endocrine system include pineal gland, pituitary gland, pancreas, ovaries, testes, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, hypothalamus, and adrenal gland. The hypothalamus and pituitary gland are neuroendocrine organs. Now, major endocrine glands: pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, testes, pineal gland, thymus, pancreas, and ovary. So they are the major endocrine glands. In endocrine gland, there will be cells with nuclei. अब यहाँ पे हमें बहुत कॉन्सेंट्रेट होकर समझना है एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स में क्या होता है. हमने ये तो समझ लिया कि एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड क्या होते हैं. दे हैव नो डक्ट्स. एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स हैव नो डक्ट्स and the product is made in the gland but it is not exported via duct. इसीलिए हम इनको बोलते हैं ductless glands. तो endocrine gland में क्या होता है? There are cells with nuclei. Endocrine gland are well perfused with blood, having abundant vasculature running through them. Endocrine glands के अंदर होते हैं cells with nuclei. So in endocrine glands there will be cells with nuclei. So they would be endocrinal cells. हम उनको बोलेंगे endocrinal cells. And endocrine glands are well perfused with blood, having abundant vasculature, having abundant blood vessels running through them. सो एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड के अंदर होते हैं सेल्स विद न्यूक्लियाई जिनको हम बोलते हैं एंडोक्राइनल सेल्स. और एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड दे आर वेल परफ्यूज विद द ब्लड हैविंग abundant blood vessels running through them. So here is the diagram. We can see endocrine gland, they have cells with the nuclei. In this diagram you can clearly see these are the cells, endocrinal cells with the along with the nuclei. Now focus on this diagram. So we have discussed that in endocrine glands there will be cells with nuclei. In the previous diagram we have seen that there are cells along with the nuclei which are called endocrinal cells. Now endocrine glands are well perfused with blood and have abundant vasculature running through them. So here we see a capillary running through the endocrinal system. In this diagram you can clearly see a capillary running through the endocrinal system, through the endocrinal gland. And in endocrinal gland there are secretory vesicles. और इस gland के अंदर we can see secretory vesicles. So there is a capillary which is running through the endocrinal gland, and in the endocrinal gland there are secretory vesicles. Now these secretory vesicles, they produces the product. In this diagram you can see there's a capillary running through the endocrinal system and there are secretory vesicles in the endocrinal gland, and these secretory vesicles, ये secretory vesicles हैं, ये produce करते हैं product को. So here we see a capillary running through the endocrinal system, and in the endocrinal gland there are secretory vesicles which produces the product. So whatever molecule, तो कोई भी molecule जब बनता है, so whatever molecule, any molecule which is produced by the endocrinal gland, that gets accumulate in the vesicles. तो जो भी molecule बनेगा endocrinal gland के अंदर, वो कहाँ पे accumulate होगा? In the secretory vesicles. इन secretory vesicles के अंदर वो आके accumulate हो जाएगा. And then उसके बाद क्या होगा? And then at appropriate time, these secretory vesicles, they will merge with the surface membrane of the gland, and that will release their contents. हमने क्या बात करी? जो भी molecule endocrinal gland में बन रहा है will get accumulate in these vesicles, और appropriate time आने पर ये vesicles हैं, ये merge हो जाएंगे किसके साथ? surface membrane of the endocrinal gland. उसके बाद क्या होगा? And that will release their contents. merge होने के बाद वो gland अपने contents को release कर देगा. अब जबकि capillary बहुत पास में है इसके, and the capillary is very close by, so the contents will essentially go straight into the blood. अब कैपिलरी बिल्कुल इसके पास में है, तो जो भी कंटेंट्स रिलीज हो रहे हैं, they will go straight into the blood. At appropriate time, these vesicles will merge with the surface membrane of the gland that will release the contents. In this diagram we can see appropriate time आने के बाद ये vesicles हैं, ये merge हो जाएंगे किसके साथ? surface membrane of the gland, and that will release their contents. And the capillary is very close by, so the contents essentially go straight into the blood. अब ये जा रहे हैं directly, capillary पास में है, ये arrow दिख रहे हैं हमें, ये इसके through जा रहे हैं directly into the blood. Now, अब क्या होता है? Some endocrine glands, they produce substances that are used locally. कुछ endocrine glands जो substance produce करते हैं, they are used locally. तो वो फिर वो diffuse भी locally हो जाएंगे, local area में ही diffuse हो जाएंगे. Endocrinal products goes directly into the blood, क्योंकि capillary बहुत पास में है, so these products will go directly into the blood. So endocrinal gland releases its product directly into the bloodstream, and of course from there the blood can circulate to all the parts of the body in the systemic circulation. Right? So till now what we have discussed, जो endocrinal products हैं वो कहाँ जाएंगे? They will go directly into the blood, क्योंकि capillary एकदम इनके पास में है. So the gland releases its product directly into the bloodstream, and वहां से कहाँ जाएंगे? And from the blood, and from there the blood will circulate to all the parts of the body in the form of systemic circulation. So finally the product can end up going anywhere, क्योंकि एंडोक्राइनल प्रोडक्ट्स कहाँ पे रिलीज हुए? डायरेक्टली इनटू द ब्लड स्ट्रीम. वहां से ब्लड ने इनको सर्कुलेट कर दिया टू ऑल द पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सिस्टेमिक सर्कुलेशन. So finally what happens? The product end up going anywhere. कहीं भी जा सकता है वो product. So that means, now imagine this product can look like a small circle. Imagine करना है हमें ये product जहां भी जा रहा है, ब्लड से सर्कुलेट हुआ पूरी बॉडी में, सिस्टम सर्कुलेशन के फॉर्म में, तो ये कहीं भी जा सकता है. अब इमेजिन करो कि ये प्रोडक्ट बिल्कुल ऐसे स्मॉल स्मॉल छोटी छोटी बॉल्स की तरह है, स्मॉल सर्कल्स हैं इसमें. सो दिस प्रोडक्ट इज लाइक स्मॉल स्मॉल सर्कल्स. सो दिस प्रोडक्ट इज गोइंग इनटू द ब्लड एंड ऑब्वियसली दिस प्रोडक्ट विल बी अ हार्मोन, क्योंकि एंडोक्राइनल प्रोडक्शन है तो ये हार्मोन ही होगा बेसिकली. तो ये कहाँ पे जा रहा है? इट इज सिस्टमिकली circulating in the blood. Thank you. In the next lecture, we will continue further. Thank you.